Hello, my name is Alan. Have you ever been in the Louvre? If so, what is in there? I'll give some information to you. In the beginning, I tell you the Louvre. The Louvre is the world's top museum. It's the largest museum in the world. Also, there is the glass pyramid and some people calling it Louvre's heart. I'm interested about glass pyramid because I'm so surprised how to do to protect to u- I'm so surprised how to build using glass when I heard it. At first, we looked about some Louvre history. In class, it was a palace. King Philip II was built to protect from Anglo-Norman Street, and city grew bigger, so it was difficult to protect Paris. So in 14th century's latter half, the Louvre was became palace. For 1682, Louis XIV was turning palace, so it was becoming museum. And then I talk about some art exhibit. Look at for pictures that are the printers, Gaieté, Tomne, and Lover. They are painted by Giuseppe Archimboldo and they look like person to use ingredients. The printers was flowers, Gaieté was fruits, Tomne was vegetables, Lover was trees. In conclusion, I talk about the Louvre history and some art exhibit. I think Precision artwork was so exclusive. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Olivia. Do you know about the Louvre and have you been there? The Louvre is one of the world's top 3 museums. The world's top 3 museums are the British Museum, the Louvre Museum, and the Vatican Museum. Also, the Louvre has almost 15,000 visitors per day. This museum is in Paris and has 35,000 works of art. This museum is worth visiting because there's many masterpieces, but I especially like these 2 works of art. First sculpture is the Winged Victory of Saint-Martyrs. The Winged Victory of Saint-Martyrs is also known as the Nike of Saint-Martyrs. This sculpture was made between 220 and 190 BC. In 1884, it has been displayed in the Louvre, and its length was 328 centimeters. This sculpture was first discovered in the island of Saint-Martyrs. The second sculpture is Venus de Milo. Venus de Milo is also known as Complete Beauty. Also, do you know why we call this sculpture Venus de Milo? Someone who doesn't know about this sculpture may think that it was made by someone named Milo. However, this sculpture was named after the Milos island that was accidentally discovered in Greece to separate it from many other Venus statues. Also, and did you know that it has many restored statues? There are many restored statues like holding a thread, holding an apple, and many others. Like this works of art, there are many great works of art in the Louvre. I especially like the Winged Victory of Saint-Martyrs and Venus de Milo. What's your favorite work of art and why? Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Stella. Do you go to the Louvre Museum? Today I will tell you about the Louvre Museum and other areas for who doesn't know about the Louvre Museum. The Louvre Museum was founded in 1119 and it is in France, Paris. There are 35,000 exhibits and famous areas Mona Lisa, Le Corbusier, Venus de Milo, and Liberty Leading the People. In the Louvre Museum, I like the painting Liberty Leading the People because when I saw this painting, I think this girl was a great mind, so I was surprised. First, I will tell you about one of the areas in the Louvre Museum. The Louvre Museum has 35,000 exhibits, Mona Lisa, Le Printemps, Liberty Leading the People, The Lace Maker, Reading of the Rock, and Venus de Milo, etc. Second, I will tell you about Venus de Milo. Venus de Milo was made in 100 BC and is 2 meters and it was founded by farmer in 8024 Milos Island. so the statue name is Venus de Milo. And when it was founded, the art scholars said the statue was Alexander's statue because when it was founded, it was called his name is statue. Today I told you about the Louvre Museum and the famous statue Venus de Milo and other famous artworks. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Mason. What do you think is the best museum in the world? I have never been there before, but I think it's the Louvre. The Louvre was originally built in 1190 in Paris, France as a fortress. The Louvre became the king's palace in the 1500s. French royalty decorated the Louvre with their collections of art. Almost 300 years later, the Louvre became the museum. There is a huge glass pyramid in the courtyard of the Louvre, and there are wall of fountains near the pyramid. The pyramid was designed as a new entrance of the Louvre by Chinese American architect. The construction of the Louvre pyramid was completed in 1989. I like the pyramid because it's interesting that there is a pyramid in the museum in France. There are also many artworks located inside the museum. I will introduce 3 artworks in the Louvre. First is the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci 515 years ago. The Mona Lisa is a portrait of Lisa Gardini. Next is the Latin Thames. The Latin Thames was painted by Giuseppe Arcangelo 448 years ago. Last is the Nike of Samothrace. The Nike of Samothrace who made the Nike of Samothrace is unknown. It was made in 323 BC. It's mysterious because it was missing its arms and head when it was found near the bow of a battleship. The 3 artworks are all valuable things. They are all at least 400 years old. We can feel the time the artists spent making their artworks, and we can see the artworks containing the time of artists, and most of the artworks are in the Louvre. Because of these reasons, the Louvre is the best museum in the world. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Sophie. Do you know the Orsay Museum was Pascal d'Orsay? The Orsay Museum is in France. And the museum was Pascal d'Orsay, but the French government, who is François Mitterrand, renovated the museum in 1986. There had a 19th century Impressionist painters of art. The most famous artwork is The Gleaners. Starry Night Over the Royal Self-Portrait of Van Gogh. I like this place because there had many artwork to see and the outside from view is impressive. Most of all, there had many of artwork. Above all, the weather of follows was impressive. The museum has many of Vincent van Gogh's art. Edward Monet, Claude Monet's artwork. It was made by Vincent van Gogh and it was made in 1889. It is one of the better of all the series. It shows his friendship. Most of the part of the work is toys like chairs and frames and pictures. But his friend and his wife, so several months later, he suicided. With this art, he really liked his friend and it shows his drill for writing his friend. Second, in the beginning of this writing, I told you about the museum was past Gare d'Orsay. But do you know why the station turned to museum? Before the Gare d'Orsay was founded, it was Police d'Orsay. Many years later, the grounds changed owner to Railroad Company. So Railroad Company decided to build a station, but the operating system was abandoned, so it can be operated. Later, in 1978, the French government designed two historical monuments. Today I told you about the Orsay Museum. I think the museum has many interesting history. So if I go to the Paris, I'll have to go to the Orsay Museum. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, I'm Stella. Have you ever been to the Louvre Museum? The Louvre Museum in Paris, France is the world's most famous museum. It was built in 1190 for the first dress. In 1500, it became the King's Palace. And finally, it became the museum in 1983. I haven't been there, but I like the Louvre because of the glass pyramid entrance. The reason why I like it is because it's very cool. When I saw the Louvre for the first time in the picture, the thing on my mind was the glass pyramid. For me, the most impressive item on display is the Venus de Milo. The Venus de Milo is one of the famous statues in the world. It was made over 2,000 years ago. Many people will think that the person named Malo made this statue because of his name, but he didn't. Actually, there's no one who knows who made this. The interesting thing in the statue is that she doesn't have arms. I don't know why she doesn't have arms, but in the book it says the writer wondered if she was originally holding something. I think it can make sense, but the fact is that anyone knows that she was originally holding something or originally missing her arms. Today I told you about the famous museum in Peru and the statue Venus de Milo. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Stella. Today I tell you about the Louvre Museum. The Louvre Museum is one of the most famous museum along with the Metropolitan Museum of Art and the British Museum. The Louvre Museum is in the Paris, France, and it was founded in 1793. At first, it was not a museum. It was a fortress. Then it turned into a king's palace, and now became the Louvre Museum. The entrance to the Louvre Museum is the shape of the pyramid. They are the Louvre masterpieces, the Mona Lisa and Venus de Milo. There are many other artworks besides the Mona Lisa and Venus de Milo. Mona Lisa is painted by the Leonardo da Vinci in 1503. This is the most famous painting in the world. Venus de Milo is sculpted by Alexandros in 130 BC. It has no arms, but I think it is beautiful without its arms. Today I tell you about the Louvre Museum and the collections of the Louvre Museum. I want to go to the Louvre Museum one day. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Joanne. Today I will tell you about the British Museum. The British Museum was founded in 1753. The British Museum is in London. It looks like a container. First, the British Museum was housed Sloan's own collection, but when 1759, the British Museum was opened to the public. British Museum has many famous works. For example, Rosetta Stone, Moai statue, and Lamassu. But today I will introduce about Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone was made in BC 197 in ancient Egypt. It was wrote many languages. It is very important work because when Rosetta Stone was found, many scientists researched it to decipher Egyptian hieroglyphs. Rosetta Stone was made by Grand Diagram. First, France was found Rosetta Stone first. When France was at war with UK and Ottoman Empire, UK brought Rosetta Stone. Rosetta Stone is more valuable than Hawaii Island. I think because Rosetta Stone is key to Egyptian heritage. Today, I spoke about the British Museum. I think British Museum is one of the best museums. Thank you for listening for my presentation.
Hello, my name is Nikki. Today I will tell you about four contents. First content is which museum do you want to go? Second is Oslo National Museum. Third is my favorite artwork named Scream. Last is Origins of Artwork. Which museum do you want to go? I want to go to the Oslo National Museum. There are two reasons why I want to go to the Oslo National Museum. First is Oslo National Museum is considered one of Norway's major museums. Second is Oslo National Museum exhibiting my favorite artwork. Oslo National Museum was built in 1536. It is divided four sections: the National Museum of Art, the Museum of Modern Art, the Museum of Decorative Art and Design, and the Architectural Hall. Oslo National Museum exhibiting Picasso, Renoir, Cézanne, Van Eyck, Baudelaire, and Munch's artwork. I like Munch's artwork named Scream. Scream is an expressionist painting that depicts a distressed figure. The background of this painting is bloodless sky. Scream has four versions of artwork, but these four artworks have different techniques. First is original painting, second is the form of lithographic paintings, third is tempera painting, last is painted using pastel. Today I will tell you about Oslo National Museum and Scream. How do you think about it? If I have a chance, I want to go to the Oslo National Museum. I hope you will enjoy my presentation. Thanks for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Eva. Did you go to the Louvre Museum? The Louvre Museum is the largest museum in the world. I like the Louvre Museum in the world because it is the largest museum in the world. It has many histories. The Louvre Museum is 60,000 square meters. It has 50,000 works. It was built in 12th centuries. The Mona Lisa is in the Louvre Museum. It is the most famous work in the Louvre Museum. The Mona Lisa is in the bulletproof case. People think he doesn't have eyebrows, but it has eyebrows very thin. In 2019, the glass pyramid was built 30 years. One person can fit in the mini glass pyramid with companion. I want to go to the Louvre Museum. I learned the Louvre Museum is the largest museum in the world. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Angela. Do you know anything about Louvre Museum? Louvre Museum is a very famous gallery. It is in France, Paris. The Louvre Museum was built in 1190. Then let's Louvre Museum's history and what we can see. First, Louvre Museum has many history. King Philip II was worried that the foreign armies would invade France. He ordered a fortress, the roof, to be built on the right of the Seine River to protect Paris. But it became a gallery. Second, we can see Mona Lisa, Venus de Milo, and Egyptian exhibit, etc. Let's look into one by one. First, Mona Lisa is protected by a bulletproof glass case. It was made by Leonardo da Vinci, and Mona Lisa's lady isn't have eyebrow. Second, Venus de Milo was made over 2,000 years ago, when the statue was missing its arms. Lastly, Egyptian exhibit was at least 3,000 years old. The ancient Egyptian was mummified cats. Today I told you about the Roof Museum. Roof Museum has many history and we can see many artworks. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is Ella. Do you know about the Louvre Museum? The Louvre Museum is in Paris. Paris is a small city, but the Louvre Museum is very big. The Louvre Museum is a very French and it was founded in 1793. First, I'll talk about famous exhibits and facilities. First, there are many exhibits in the Louvre Museum. I'll talk about famous exhibits. Famous exhibits are Venus de Milo, Liberty Leading the People, and Nike. But I was interested in Nike, so I talk about Nike. It has no head and no arms, but it has a few wings, so it looks strange. People assume someone erected it to commemorate a victory in the naval battle, and it was discovered by archaeologists in 1863, and it was displayed in the Louvre Museum in 1884. Next, I will talk about facility. There is a glass pyramid in front of the Louvre Museum, and the Louvre Museum had the basement. We can go to the basement to use a glass pyramid. Many people protest a glass pyramid at first, but now many people like a glass pyramid. To sum up, I told you about famous exhibits and facilities. I searched about the Louvre Museum. I hope I want to go to the Louvre Museum later. Thank you for listening to my presentation.